Hey everyone, Randy here with Ding Dong DoorDash bringing you another video. First, let me explain to you why I'm making this video before I get into the rest of the details. So, I'm a social butterfly. I like to talk and engage with people as much as I can. So when I get to these restaurants, whether it's McDonald's, Wendy's, whatever, I usually engage in as much chit chat as I can, without affecting their work and without making it take a little bit longer to get my order done. And between all of the people at these restaurants and places that I deliver for and customers, uh, there seems to be a really, really big issue with dashers stealing food. Now, most of the places are supposed to have their stuff sealed well enough, which I'm going to do an entire series of videos on each restaurant and their security precautions and which ones are good and bad. Anyway, all this food is coming up missing. I'm on very good terms with some of the management in some of these places, and when we talk, they do say several times a week that they have to remake food because, without saying it, dashers are stealing the food. McDonald's employee's not going to pull out a fucking I don't know a chicken wrap and put it in their pocket when they're setting up the delivery. It's not how it works. It's other dashers stealing food, or customers lying about food to get refunds. So don't take this the wrong way. I'm not blaming only dashers. I know customers do it more often than not, or more often than dashers. But anyway, so I dash in a small / medium size area. This may or may not work in larger areas that have a lot more volume of orders and dashers. So there's two tricks. The first trick is be nice and engage with these restaurants that you're going to. Mainly the fast food, Wendy's, Taco Bell, McDonald's, KFC, even Dunkin'. And so what I do is, if I see that they're making some food or whatever and they have some stuff off to the side, I'll tell one of the managers, hey, listen, if you have something that you're going to throw away because it wasn't made right or whatever, if you slide it over here, I ain't gonna tell nobody. And believe it or not, that works quite often. There is one of the restaurants that I'm at. I can't give it out by name because technically they're not supposed to do that. But it happens a lot. And I DoorDash 5, 6, 7 days a week. The 6 and 7 day portion all depends on what's going on with my kids. And yeah, so anyway, it's that simple. Just make a comment, you'll get free food. The second way, now this is the probably most efficient way to get free food as a dasher. So when you go into these places and you're going to pick up a dash order, go look at the other ones sitting around. The restaurants with the made to order food, not restaurants, I'm sorry, the gas stations with the made to order food, it'll probably work best here. But if you go out and you go to pick up a DoorDash order, just look at the time of the other ones. If you see something that's been sitting there for 30, 45 minutes, just go up to one of the employees, preferably a supervisor, manager, say, hey, listen, this order's been here for 40 minutes and DoorDash will never ever come 40 minutes late to pick up an order. And they throw it all away. If there's something from a drink cooler or whatever, like, I don't know, a Gatorade or a Monster or something like that, those get put back. All you gotta do is say, listen, this order's about to get thrown away. Instead of throwing it away, can I get the food out of it? 9 times out of 10 they'll do it, as long as there's no corporate people there, or you don't have one of those Karens or Kevins or whatever they're called. They'll do it. When I work 7 days a week, I don't spend money on food on probably 5 of those days. No joke. Now, if you're in a larger area and it's and there are like a lot more dashers and a lot more orders, it may not work just because I don't know. But in my area, it does work pretty well. And I'm not I'm not one of those people. I don't really. I don't go into places and beg for stuff and beg for money or whatever. Um, but I do have 5 kids, and I am raising them, and it is expensive. So if I can save 40, $50 a week on food, on stuff that's going to be thrown away anyway, I think that it goes to much better use than, in the garbage. But for my fellow Dashers out there, any of you that watch this, I'm just going to assume that you're a good person and that you don't steal food. But don't. If you are one of those people, and this just changes one person, don't do it. Don't throw their food because they didn't tip. Just don't accept the orders. It's that simple. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Peace.